So, let's talk about the iconic Portuguese tiles azulejos. If you have ever been to Portugal, you must have seen this piece of traditional art somewhere, because you can find these decorative tiles almost everywhere in Portuguese, for example in Lisbon. Many buildings such as churches, palaces, gardens, restaurants, subway stations, or even ordinary houses have their floors, walls, ceilings adorned with azulejos. There is even this National Azulejos Museum in Lisbon, where we can learn the history and the process in making this wonderful art piece. First, the tiles are baked in an oven. Then, the artist will spread the color, for example, blue and white. And once the glaze is applied, each tile is refired in an ultra-hot oven that often exceeds 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. This glazing process makes the tiles particularly resilient and resistant to elements like rain, sun, and fire. The term azulejos comes from Arabic that means small polished stones, which symbolizes opulence. The design of these ceramic tiles has evolved throughout the years. Back then, the dominant colors are blue, yellow, green, and white. However, blue and white tiles became the most prevalent during the 16th century. It is believed that this was influenced by the Age of Discoveries era. Because of the trading relationship with Asia, European artists fell in love with the elegance of Chinese porcelain. Dutch attempted to make blue and white tones as Chinese porcelain, but it was a difficult process since the ingredients are not available in Europe. However, the Portuguese were satisfied enough and imported a lot of it to decorate their buildings. Nowadays, the Portuguese are capable of manufacturing on their own at a large scale. What's the purpose of these tiles, you may ask? Nowadays, it is used for aesthetic reasons, but back then, the functional purpose of these tiles was a temperature control. It is used to protect the walls of the house from damp and low temperatures, especially in wet areas such as bathrooms or kitchens. Azulejos itself had a large influence on local street art. Many street artists took inspiration from the classic azulejo styles. Azulejos are dynamic. They will always change and adapt to new concepts, new ideas according to the aspect of the culture at that time. For example, back in the beginning, where azulejos were produced outside of Portugal, the pattern featured Islamic motifs like knotwork. In the 16th century, Portuguese artists began to localize and add a sense of scenography. In the 16th century, the patterns were more dynamic, such as flowers, dolphins, and cherubs. As time went by, it became narrative scenes and the artists took inspiration from mythology or the Bible, turning azulejos into visual storybooks and creating an attachment from one tile to another. That's all for this video, and these are main sources. If you want to check it out by yourself, I do hope you learned something, and I'm sorry for any mispronunciation. And the sources, the YouTube link, also available in the left bottom corner. Obrigada!